Hey, what's up, Strong family? This is Pat Ogletree, and in this video, I want to go over how I plan a fishing trip using the new Smart Fishing Spots app. So I'm located here in my home waters of East Central Florida, and I plan on going out to the North Indian River. So first thing I'm going to do is I am going to bring up these Smart Fishing Spots. Now, as a kayak fisherman, the two most important things to me are going to be wind and weather. What's the wind going to be doing, and is there going to be any rain in the area? Any lightning or anything like that. And that's going to help me determine where I'm going to launch, what side of the river I'm going to launch from, even locations as far as if it's a spot that I have to do a long paddle to get to my fishing area. That is going to be dependent on whether I do that or not. If there's going to be rain or bad weather, that's likely to move in. So, first thing I do, bring up this. I've got it set on default where the wind is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag the slider here on the bottom over to the launch time that I plan on launching at. And that's Friday at about 6, 7 o'clock, right around there. So if you look at it, we've got about southwest wind, and we click on the weather icon right there, for Friday, and it looks like we're going to be 6, 7 miles, 8 miles an hour, which is actually really good. That's not bad at all. I can definitely make a crossing. The only thing I have to worry about is looks like there's a slight chance of rain starting at 9 in the morning. It's 17%. Now I've been monitoring this all day long. It's a lot better than it used to be earlier in the day. At 9 a.m. was a 50% chance of rain, so it looks like it's definitely dropping down. So I can go ahead and move a little bit further than what I thought I was going to be able to, but definitely keep an eye on the sky and bring up that weather app while I'm on the water to make sure there's nothing coming along the way. So I'm going to close that out and then go back to the main map again. And there's a new feature that they just loaded up that's going to be really important for this area. Now, I don't know if a lot of you people know that this area has really been hit hard with the loss of seagrass. It went from really really lush, just a great seagrass lagoon to it's basically barren land. But if you click over here in this layers icon, there's two different tabs that are at the top here. One is oyster beds and one is seagrass. So when you click on the oyster beds, all the oyster beds that are monitored by the state of Florida is outlined in this white gray, and any of the grass is going to be in the green. So what I'm looking for is launching from Scottsmore, because that's going to be protection from that wind. And there's an area right here that actually has some seagrass. So what I'm looking at is a west wind, southwest wind. So it's going to hit this shoreline right here. So you're going to have a point right there with a lot of different little islands and other points that are along here. But what's more importantly, if you scroll back out, it's pretty much the only seagrass that you're going to see in this whole area. So with that seagrass getting the wind blown on it, and we should have some overcast skies in the morning, I think that's going to be a prime location to catch some fish. It's also a little bit out of the way, so I know it doesn't get pressured a lot here. So this is going to be my targeted area. So I'm going to run over here from Scottsmore to this area, fish that, and then work my way back around. If I don't see anything there, then I'm going to come back over here and work this shoreline. There's a couple of spots that I know that hold juvenile tarpon and some snook, and that'll be kind of a last chance right there. But if you haven't been on the Smart Fishing Spots yet and seen this oyster bed and the seagrass relief, it's actually really really cool. So just to give you kind of an example, if I scroll back out and then I go up to, say, this area right here, we've got some oyster beds, and this is pretty much the beginning stages of where oyster beds are located in the Mosquito Lagoon over here on the East Coast. Here's a really good looking spot if you scroll in. So you've got an island right there with grass, and then you've got oyster beds, and then a choke point for that current. This is actually how you can use this to find some of those high percentage, high target areas that you might not be able to see in a satellite map. This is a really, really cool feature. I like this a lot. And there's another feature here. If you go into shaded relief and then you go into your high res, it'll actually show you what the bottom contour looks like. Okay, so this is actually what it looks like when it's all loaded up. And just looking at this contour, you can actually see some spots really, really quick, just at a glance, that you wouldn't see in a normal view. So just to kind of give you an idea, the orange area right here is all shallow, and the more yellow it becomes deeper. And you can actually see that gray is a ledge right there. So as this channel comes around right here, you'll see there's a real steep ledge right here. There's a cut in between two islands with this oyster bar right there. That area right there is probably going to be a really good spot for, I would say, snook and probably some redfish on the backside of those oyster beds. And if you look over here, you've got some grass on this island right here with a shallow flat that goes to a drop off right there. That is going to be another one of those areas. And without this markings on there without seeing the grass and the oyster beds, that filter on there, you would never know that that's there. So it's definitely a cool tool. So if you haven't checked this out, I definitely recommend going on there and just poke around in your area and see what you can find. This is definitely some valuable information that's on this map. So hope you go on there and check it out. If you got any questions, put them down below and I will answer them as soon as I can. Have a good one. Bye.